Hey guys, we're doing reaction video short. Pretty much, you saw this one before. I kinda messed up, fucked up the part. Pretty much, let's continue.
Absolutely photoshopped. There is no way this thing is real. Whole different kind of air raid siren, am I right? This one time at band camp. Sound off, one, boom, wakey wakey. I thought I was joining a marching band. When you gotta play Le Marseillaise at 6 but destroy Russians at 8. And now let me play you the song of my people. That won't end well for him. Exhaust would come out the mouthpiece. Not if he blows hard enough. I'm going to blow them up. Sir, I know we've been told to give the enemy a warning, but this might be a little ridiculous. When the E4 Mafia has been quiet for too long in the band room. This one, I don't believe this one's real either, but still fun. This feels like a what if you left the Marines unattended. Why do we have an Elbodian stealth bomber behind us? Watch me hit this vape, guys. Stall, 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 stall. The Marines did what? I choose to believe that is real. I also choose to believe that hose is full of bourbon. If that's a Marine Corps plane, that tube is probably full of whiskey instead of bourbon. Jesus, we leave the kids alone for 10 seconds and they go and pull this crap. E4 Mafia, you saw nothing, right? Do you hear a buzzing noise behind us? When Grandpa takes his grandson out for an adventure. I just hear the little glider screaming, "Witness me! World's fastest ultralight. I'll take a full tank of gas and a pack of smokes. Glider 1-1, Texaco 1-2, prepared to connect. So what kind of coffee you like, Starbucks or Dutch Bros? Red Bull. Let's see you mess up my cabbages now."
I recognize this one. But this one is, what they say, was a hand design of the tank with the allies. Pretty much, now I want to. What if Europe and the US do that with their tanks with cactus? With cabbage, carrots, pretty much not just cabbage, but other veggies on it. Holy shit.
That guy from the Avatar The Last Airbender who's like, "My cabbages!" He's not going to be complaining. If he's got this thing, you're going to be the one complaining. T-55 found a new life after the war. Launches HESC, high explosive squash cabbages. My cabbages are armed. It's Russian. He would now also be screaming, "My turret!" When you're sick of haggling, attack of the cabbages. That store has a 100% no stealing policy. When the market stand fights back. With the insecticides just aren't cutting it. Comrade, come have ingredients for stew. Finally, something that is not potatoes. When you're upset at the marketplace for undercutting your prices. Giving the term Cabbage Patch Kids another meaning. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you why I think this is real. I want you to notice something. The leading edge flaps on the MiG-29's wings are deflected. The MiG-29 has, I believe, a fly-by-wire control system, which will automatically deflect those leading edge flaps at lower speeds. And the tail is deflected slightly in such a way that it would keep the airplane nosed up and stable. Supposedly this was used to test some speed cameras in Poland. Yeah, and I kind of believe that because if you look on the back of the tail, you can kind of see the red and white checkered pattern. That is the Polish roundel. Also, the inlet strakes shouldn't be open in level flight. I think they open at low speeds, which even further supports the idea that this thing is traveling at a bit lower of a flight path. He's probably going closer to the stall speed. And of course, it's Polish. That makes perfect sense. The cop is racking his brain trying to figure out how to issue this ticket. Looks like some pilot got bored and decided to think, "I wonder what's the speed limit for the camera." I'll imagine driving under that. I feel like my car would fly forward. "Give me a ticket, I dare you," the pilot says as he cues a Maverick. Speed cameras on that one Project Wingman mission. POV, speed limit enforced by tactical aircraft. Apparently it was clocked at 650 kilometers an hour. Oh my god. How fast is that in miles? That's about 400 miles an hour. That's kind of slow for a MiG. How I feel while doing 95 in a Prius. Is he lining up for an Ace Combat tunnel run? That's what I was thinking when I first saw this. What it feels like you have to do to play CAS at top tier. It's one way to practice operating from highways during a war.
What are you gonna do?
This is why you do not want my undivided attention.
Is that a turret?
Target acquired. Hello there. You got a stain on your jacket. Listen here, you little shit. Where's that $20 you owe me? Care to repeat your heresy? That's him, officer. Oh, look, a civilian. The fastest tattoo remover ever. You have the right to remain silent. Say communism one more time. You're technically touching my boat, sir. Stop touching my boat. Get off my damn boat. The F-15 wasn't that...
Get off my dang boat! Get off my dang boat! Nice one.
Good. Nice hat. Mind if I
That one part go, what? Oh, it skipped me. Hold on.
Nice hat. Mind if I delete...
The one part.
No smoking means no smoking. This is why you... And here we see the Sherman taking its pet elephant for a walk. Elephant's thinking, I'm not carrying that amount of men. How hungry is your ride? About 12 gallons. Yours? About 12 gallons. The elephant's probably thinking, man, that elephant looks kind of strange. And how is it so strong? And why does it make so much noise? That elephant, to be honest, is more all-terrain, but Lord knows a single mouse shows up and oops, there goes your weaponry. Luckily, it isn't the rare German breed of elephants. The evolution of tanks, 1100 and 1900 edition. All right, I have just... Whenever you take your tank to the pool, you always need to put its floaties on. Look, Mom, got water wings! Marines made a tank you can sleep on. That never saw combat, but now you can see why Japan surrendered. Row, row, row your tank gently up the beach. Mini battleship. Tank not heavy enough. Let's add more so that a boat is not needed to move it. Average winter outfit right now. If all else fails, it will be a sub. Well, when you're making one unit every few hours, can't wait to see a tank sunk by a torpedo. Mama, watch me. I learned a fireball spell in water. Who needs landing craft? We can bring this to shore. Still lasted longer on the water than the Bismarck. I need to help Panzer of the Lake, Mom. My friend got Stug. Remember? This guy's about to get a very... Alright, introducing a breech-loaded anti-aircraft gun. Look at these morons down at the bottom, slapping singular shells into each barrel. Yes, witness the Bismarck's 3.7cm AA guns. Breech-loaded. Basically, we're bolt action. What on God's green f***ing earth? There exists no words in any language to describe how much I loathe this idiocy. German engineering, more like asinine engineering. Someone find me the moron responsible for this so I can make sure he's no longer endangering the rest of humanity with his stupidity. A World War I era design brought forward into the 30s. Note that it has barely more fire rate than the 10.5cm DP batteries, which had access to AA reticles. This thing didn't. They eyeballed this shit with a bolt action. I'm losing all of my cool over here at the sheer incompetence. On one hand, Kentucky Ballistics would love to shoulder fire this thing. On the other, what the actual were they thinking? No wonder it got turned into a artificial reef, courtesy of the Royal Navy and a swordfish. This gun was the primary Kriegsmarine dedicated AA gun until 1944. The Germans stuck this on all of their ships. Shame they didn't have, what is it, Swedish engineering? They did copy the Bofors later on, and they didn't put it on anything? Because they couldn't make it fast enough? Yeah, because their factories were being German unengineered, courtesy of the U.S. Army Air Corps. Score one for the USP. People still think this is a good ship. All right. You guys have seen Pyramid from Dark Souls, right? A pyramid tank. The Batmobile on a budget. I heard you like sloped armor, so I got you some sloped armor with your sloped armor. If angle's good, make tank out of angles. Where do we keep the eye bleach again, sir? You've heard of Sky Dorito, but have you heard of Land Dorito? Lara Croft tank. Parry this, you military casual. It's not even a tank, it's hopes and dreams. To show you the power of flex tape, I built this armored car. Iron Man's tank. Tank with angry eyebrows. Is it just me, or does that look like it wouldn't be out of place in the original Battlestar Galactica? You guys have seen... Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
How that ship get there?
Sir, we forgot to add water. Okay, we just say we got a little lost. Okay, who pulled a bath plug out? Climate change is a Janet, this looks like a bit from the Hangover movies. Yeah, because your mouth is as dry as a desert. The Hangover movies? This is the crap you see in the Looney Tunes back in the 40s. How drunk were we last night? So this is the fabled land ship. Someone call the Seabees. We need to fly this one out of here. Helmsman, I'm heading to the bar. This shit, I'm out. Ship can't sink if there's nothing to sink into. Science. Yep, this is when America said, I don't feel like using guns to hit your bombers. I'm going to figure out how to do it with a telephone pole. Welcome to the F-6F Hellcat with an early Sparrow Beam Rider missile when you can't pick what BR to play. The Zero preparing for a dogfight. The F-6F about to show him what's about to happen to everything for the next 100 years. Sopwith Campbell gets the AIM-9X. Them Japanese Empire motherfuckers ain't about to know what hit them. I'm about to make an imaginary number out of a Zero. I sent you my AIM-7. Please respond. It's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Hey, look, Ma, no guns. The Anti-Bureau of Ordnance missile. This one is one of those ones where the longer you look, the worse it gets. T-34.
What the fuck?
115, as I call it, a T-34 with a T-62 turret. Oh my god. What you have there is what's left of a tank. Yeah, no, somebody stole its rims. When you leave the tank unattended in the inner city, the machine spirit weeps. What I hate even more is that you look at the chassis, and you can tell that the hull has been specially modified for that turret. This was a built model, ground submarine, when the local welder attacks the tank. It didn't even have the decency to put it on blocks. That number means someone is about to buy it? Really? I mean, I'd also buy it for the memes, but this one is one of those ones where the longer you... Help! Tank stuck! I beg you! We're dead!
How the heck did it get stuck on the bridge? Well, the bridge itself is made from wood, so kind of makes sense, and the tank too heavy for the bridge, so also makes sense.
You need to lay off the vodka before battle. Mistakes were made. See, comrade, just like movie. The tank begins pivoting. Oh shit, that tank is trying out for the circus. When I said lean right, that is not what I meant. You see, Dimitri, if we fall off bridge, teammates can shoot bridge out from under us. Better angle for turret toss. See, Ivan, this is optimal launch angle. Our T-62's extended warranty might be void now. I think half the bridge decided to just completely despawn from the world while Ivan was trying to cross. Is that the Russian version of a gangster lean? Well, that bridge was built better than the Soviet economy. It actually withstood the stress of something. That is not how you lean peak with a tank. This is the Russian version of hydropneumatic suspension. This is how they get more gun depression. Who knocked on my front door? You're gonna knock.
That is a World War I British tank. Holy shit.
On the front door. Boom! Here's Barney! Nice Dragon Goes house hunting reference. When you tell the driver to brake way too late. Can't park there, mate. Your Uber has arrived. He smelled the cornbread. Sorry, lad. Might we inquire you about some tea rations? Knock, knock! Sir, door has been breached. And here we see the early British tank returning home after a long day for its daily cup of tea. That's not what I meant by drive-through breakfast. What did you say about my mother? Hey, mind giving me some directions? Seriously, at that point, you might as well just go on through. Coral, I think they found our hiding place. Be careful.
The West part will get you.
Guys, the submarine could be anywhere. Sub-a-tank. I've heard of getting a tank wash, but that's just ridiculous. Behold the state of the Russian Navy 2026. Is this what the Russians did with all their Shermans? You know, what was it, like the two-thirds of their army it made up? Damn, he lost his 80-year hiding streak. Tank of the lake, make your wisdom upon us mere mortals. Tank of the lake, this is the tank of the sea. Now this is a water tank. Panzer of the lake's lost brother. The sharks are arming themselves, the Shermans.
Oh, I'm taking those socks out.
Serbs put a 122 on a Sherman? I'm sorry, I didn't
Wait, 120? What
picture of
gun
that.
is that?
A few moments later.
Oh fuck, that is a German gun, I think.
And I want kept that in War Thunder, even though I have no idea what the hell we'd do with it. When you need to sing the Star-Spangled Banner at 8, but the Soviet anthem at 9, the blowback must be rough. I wouldn't want to be inside of it or next to it when it's firing. It's about sending a message. My gun's bigger than yours. Enough recoil to flip that Sherman. The Sherman's so versatile we can even use enemy tank turrets. Overly aggressive stepdad coffee table flip. Go! Despite the large gun, it can still go 50 kilometers an hour. What the hell? That's terrifying.
Pretty much going to end it here. If you joined this video, pretty much make sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Pretty much I'll see you on the next one.